Yesterday I spent the most of the day developing the brake caliper mount for my front brake setup. This was the first prototype. I realized that my start spacing here was the wrong. I miscalculated, and then I stopped the process and just look what the angle is and how it will fit. This was my second prototype. It fits well, but this angle was wrong, and so the brake caliper was not sitting right on the brake disc. And this is now the final design. Not the completely final. In the final design I've got another hole in here. This angle is now right, and also the distance between the start spacing and the surface where it's gonna bolt onto. This is also very important because with the brake caliper installed I have very less space between the spokes and the brake caliper. It's about 1 millimeter of space. The whole brake setup, it's so tight everywhere. And the funny thing is, this is a 320 millimeter brake disc and it doesn't work with a 300 millimeter. I had one, but it doesn't work because the spokes are in the way. Now I'm going to install this and see what the distance is. Maybe I have to make this surface a little different, maybe to have it 1 millimeter more in this way or in this way to have the maximum contact with the brake pads on the brake disc. But the angle is set. That's a perfect angle. It's 26 degrees and that's perfectly fine. This was, I think, 24. That was too less, and this was 30. That was also not the right angle. This is now how it looks when it's installed. I have the maximum contact surface that it is possible. I think it looks very perfect. And also with the spokes, when you hear, I just apply a little pressure, and when I do that it's hitting the brake calipers. It is extremely tight fit everywhere, and the hole is there because in here are two bolts, and to adjust this I have a hole in here so I can access these two bolts. These are now the final parts that find their way onto the bike. That's the bottles where the brake fluid belong. I've also bought some brake fluid. Then I have brake cable splitter where I can run two brake cables. Those are the brake cables. They are still missing on the bike. They are all custom length. Then of course screws. And those are the final billet parts for the brake. Those parts are the mount for the brake fluid bottle. They turn out really nice. They are made on a 5-axis CNC machine. Of course, I have two of them for left and right. Then those are the brake caliper brackets. Of course, I also have two of them. They were a pain in the ass to design. I've made a lot of prototypes because the angle and the distance between these points and these points are very hard to set. Because the whole brake system at the front, I have literally zero space between the individual parts. The most space I have was 1 millimeter because I tried to fit a brake from a S1000RR with huge brake calipers on a bicycle. This was really hard to design, but it worked out. Those are the parts. This part I'm gonna bolt on here, and here are the points where it's gonna be screwed in into the D&M fork. The whole part's design is form follows function. I have a few different designs, but I like this design the most. Those billet parts are the spaces where the brake caliper belongs onto. I'm using Stage 6 pit bike race caliper. They're pretty wide in diameter, and I bought them because I love the color. It's so brownish and it fits with the whole vibe of the bike. And also they were about 180 euros, I think, so it's not too expensive. I had 3 of them. Here is the third one, but unfortunately I also wanted to use a 320 millimeter disc at the rear, but the problem was that my frame is too narrow because obviously it's a bicycle frame. The frame is too narrow to fit the whole caliper and the disc. The frame at the rear must be 2 centimeters larger, then it would fit perfectly. Now I'm going to put on the whole brake system, and then I think the bike is complete. I had to file down the brake caliper here to have enough clearance between the brake caliper and the spokes. There was absolutely no way around it, because when you take a look at here, the clearance between the spokes and the brake caliper is really tight. It's about 1 millimeter. And if I didn't file the brake caliper down, the spokes are touching the brake caliper, and that's a no-go. I initially developed the whole brake system the way I didn't have to file down the brake caliper. Those are S1000RR brake discs and my own adapter plate, so I can adapt the brake disc on the Gemini wheel. And the problem is the brake disc was touching the dust cover of the fork, and so I had to mill down this adapter about 3 millimeters, so I have enough clearance in here. You see, there's a chamfer, and initially the chamfer wasn't there, but now after milling it down I have now this step in here. I don't like this, but it's the way it is now. With the filed down brake caliper I have enough clearance, and when the second brake caliper is on here you barely see this filed down surface, so it's not that big of a problem. And also it's a S1000RR brake setup fitted onto a bicycle, and it's crazy, I think.